Walter was walking through the forest. 1, 2, ready, go.
Walking through the trees. Walking through the trees.
When something caught his eye. It was a strange moss-covered rock. And Anansi said,
Isn't that a strange moss-covered rock?
"Kapow!" Everything went black. Down fell Anansi senseless. An hour later, Anansi woke up. His head was spinning. He wondered what happened. He was walking along the path when something caught his eye. He stopped and said,
Isn't that a strange moss-covered rock?
"Kapow!" Down fell Anansi again, senseless. But this time, he woke up an hour later. He knew what was happening. Anansi said, "Aha! This is a magic rock." And whenever someone comes along and says the magic words, isn't this down he goes. Kapow! This is a good thing to know, he said. I know just how to use it. So, Anansi went walking. 1, 2, ready, go.
Walking through the trees. Walking through the trees.
Until he came to Lion's house. Lion was sitting on the porch. At his feet was a great pile of yams. Anansi loved yams. He licked his lips and rubbed his tummy. But he was too lazy to dig them up himself. Anansi said to Lion,
Isn't it terribly hot today?
Anansi said, Lion answered,
Yes, Anansi, it's terribly hot today.
Anansi asked,
Would you like to come for a walk in the cool forest with me?
Lion said.
Yes, I would.
So a Lion and Anansi went walking through the forest. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go.
Walking through the trees. Walking through the trees.
Till they got to a certain place. Anansi said,
You see what I see, Lion? Yes, Anansi, it's a strange moss-covered rock.
"Kapow!" Down fell Lion. Anansi ran back to Lion's house and sang this song. 1, 2, ready, go. Running, running through the trees. Running, running through the trees. And he made off with Lion's yams. An hour later, Lion woke up. His head was spinning. Anansi was nowhere in sight. Then he walked home, and when he got there, he noticed that every single one of his yams was gone, and Lion cried. Anansi was very happy. He couldn't wait to play his trick again. Anansi. And once more, he went walking through the forest. Ready? Walking through the trees. This time he stopped at Elephant's house. Elephant was sitting on his porch. At Elephant's feet was a great pile of bananas. Anansi loved bananas, but he was too lazy to pick them himself. So he said to Elephant,
Isn't it terribly hot today?
Elephant said,
Yes, it is.
Anansi asked,
Would you like to come for a walk in the cool forest with me?
Elephant said,
Sure, that sounds nice. Thank you
Elephant and Nancy went walking through the forest. 1, 2, ready, go. Walking, walking through the trees. Walking, walking through the trees. Until they came to a certain place. And Nancy said,
You see that I see one?
Elephant said,
Yes, Nancy. Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?
Kapow! Down fell Elephant. And Nancy ran back to Elephant's house and sang this song. 1, 2, ready, go. Running, running through the trees. Running, running through the trees. Until he got to Elephant's house, he stole the bananas, took them back to his house, and sat down and had a little rest. An hour later, Elephant woke up. Her head was spinning. And Nancy was nowhere in sight. She walked home, and when she got there, she saw that every single one of her bananas was gone, and she cried. But then Nancy was very happy. He couldn't wait to play his trick again. He played it on rhinoceros. He played it on hippopotamus. He played it on giraffe. And he played it on zebra. He played it on every single animal in the forest. Kapow! But all this time, watching behind the leaves was little bush deer. Little bush deer is very small and shy and very hard to see. He watched Nancy play his wicked trick again and again on all the other animals. Little bush deer decided it was time for Anansi to learn a lesson. So little bush deer went deep into the forest where the coconuts grow. He climbed up the coconut tree and threw the coconuts down. He carried the coconuts in a basket and set them on his porch. And he sat down and waited. In a little while, Anansi came walking along and singing this song. 1, 2, ready, go. Walking, walking through the trees. Walking, walking through the trees. Anansi's eyes lit up when he saw little bush deer's coconuts. Anansi loved coconuts. And he was too lazy to pick them himself. So he said to little bush deer,
Isn't it terribly hot today?
Little bush deer smiled and answered.
Yes, Nancy, it's terribly hot.
And Anansi said,
Would you like to come for a picnic in the cool forest?
Bush deer said.
Yes, Nancy, I would like to.
So little bush deer and Anansi went walking through the cool forest. 1, 2, ready, go. Walking, walking through the trees. After a while, Anansi led little bush deer to a certain place. Anansi said, little bush deer knew all about Anansi's trick. He looked and shook his head. He said,
No, I don't see anything.
Anansi said, you must see it.
You must see it.
Look very carefully.
Very good.
Little bush deer looked and said,
I still don't see anything.
Anansi was getting angry. He said,
Look here.
you must see see it. Do you see it now? And Anansi stamped his legs. He was really angry. He said,
Look at you.
you must see it. You just don't want to say it.
Say what? Don't want to say it. Say what?
Little Bush Deer said. He said, you know.
You know. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Nancy said, yes.
Okay, I will say to make you happy. You know.
Little Bush Deer said, are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied?
And Nancy shouted,
No.
you're supposed to say,
You're supposed to say, isn't that a strange moss-covered rock?
ka-pow! Down fell Nancy. Little Bush Deer ran back and got all the other animals, and they went to Anansi's house, and they got all of their vegetables and their fruit, and together they stole back all the good things that he had taken from them. An hour later, Anansi woke up. His head was spinning. Little Bush Deer was nowhere to be seen. And when he got home, he found that his house was empty as before, and Anansi cried. He was very sad. The moral of the story is, comes around, comes around. Hey, all my actors, no, ready? 3, 2, 1.